you have arrested Simon Ekpa, please. Your security men are in the Southeast. Is there any time the Igbo say, look, oh, these people, they should not do their work, they should not secure the Southeast? If there is insecurity in the Southeast, then the federal government should be held accountable, because that was the clamor, Simon Ekpa, and that's why we say arrest him, detain him, and prosecute him. Let us now see or know those unknown government in the Southeast who are there. The federal government should not answer us. All this propaganda is coming home now. If there is any insecurity in the Southeast, the federal government should not tell us who is behind it, because IPOB has made it categorically clear that they don't kill, they can't kill any Igbo man. So let them go and tell us who is that person in the Southeast that is causing this problem. How can you call somebody unknown government? Remember, it was the federal government that called them unknown government, because this propaganda now, we are beginning to unravel it. And let them tell us who is now giving them order. Or is this time on neighbor in prison? It cannot be Nnamdi Kanu. You and I know that. So who are they acting on their order for people to sit at home?
Why do you think it is difficult for this federal government to say, let's conduct it? And by the way, do you think that if there's a referendum and people vote overwhelmingly to remain in Nigeria, do you think it's going to bring about peace in this country?
Thank you, Mr. Okoro. They will not, because they need you. You know, when you have enslaved your subjects, and this subject has become your hewer of wood and fetchers of your water, how will you let him go? Remember what happened in Egypt when God said you should allow my people to go. Pharaoh refused with all manner of excuses and all that, until Moses now devised a plan. He said, look, let us go and worship our God for 3 days. For 3 days. That was when Pharaoh now said, okay, 3 days. And the Egyptians are still waiting for Israel to come back till today. So when you see such a situation, you don't need to push it. Look at these other people who have been killing people. Is there anything we have not done for them to settle down? There was Roga. There was a cattle colony. In fact, there is even ranch now. They have created a ministry for them. All for us to have peace. Is that not true? But did any of them work?
Okay,
no.
But Barrister,
so why can't you ask these people?
Barrister, when you say fetchers of wood and hewers of whatever, fetchers of water and hewers of
yes.
wood. If you look at critically the 5 Southeast states now, in terms of resources, I mean, there are more oil wells outside the Southeast than within the Southeast. So what exactly is the federal government interested in the Southeast that they can't let them go?
Aha, you are talking. Now, remember, it is out of what? Fear, paranoid.
Okay.
You know, if they allow the Southeast to go, the likelihood is that other regions will want to go too. That is the first thing that they are afraid of.
Okay.
They forgot that the Igbo man, his own lifestyle, his own makeup, his own worldview is different. As an egalitarian society and all that, all this thing about having one man up there who will tell the whole people what to do is not common with us, even though we have business and all that. That is why they have been able to come out of the civil war to be where they are today. Are you getting it? So if you allow such a person who are very diligent at work, who in fact who are everything you can think of in terms of what? Resource management, in terms of diligence, in terms of creativity, who will not do it for Nigeria?
So you think that
is their fear.
You think that Nigeria is having an Igbo problem, as the case may be?
I think that is the word to put. That's how to put it. Yes, they are afraid of Igbos, nothing else. They are afraid of Igbos. That is why they have militarized the whole place to check anybody that passes, whether you are IPOB, whether you are whatever, whether you are planning to leave or whatever.
Talking about militarization now, Barrister Darlington, we have another report here, where it more powerful also come up to dismiss, the report that police raided IPOB camp in Imo State. Why is it that we have a particular man's name always being mentioned whenever, or a state being mentioned whenever the issue of IPOB resonates? 2022, thereabout, Hope Uzodimma was mentioned. We have the likes of Mickey Hedioha and Rochas Okolosha and others. They were fingered to be the people who are causing, instability in the Southeast using insecurity from this IPOB.
My dear, it is very obvious. Because when number 4 became number 1, we knew there was a game plan. It was obvious. Because just like I've said in other platforms, since the creation of Imo State, we have been having governors, both military and civilian. None of them have witnessed this type of insecurity in Imo State until Hope Uzodimma came there. You Ihedioha was there for the few years he was until the Supreme Court now brought Hope Uzodinma upon us. We didn't vote for him. It's obvious. Nobody have explained to us how number 4 became number 1 in Imo State. That will tell you that ab initio, they were looking for somebody who would do their business in Imo State, and immediately he came.
Barrister, that's a very tough accusation.
Okay, hold on, I'm coming. Let me explain myself. Since but is it a fact that we didn't have insecurity until Hope Uzodinma came? Is it a fact? So how come under his word this thing escalated to where it is today? How come? And he didn't do anything, no. He even was very proud that he invited the military to come to him and said, over what? What was going on then? Were we fighting? No. So you can see, they always use somebody among you to destroy you. That's what they do. Go and check.
Okay.
Whenever they want to do something upon, they will look for somebody, your own man, your own person, who will do their bidding, and bring that person. Or you come, we are going to send you.
So Barrister, now when we've actually pointed out to this direction of big mention of this, then where does this lie the fact that some persons are calling on Igbo political bigwigs to help or to chime in making sure that Nnamdi Kanu is being released? We'd want to just say it now. Do you think that would be possible? Given the fact that we are yet to see them, lead the talk for his release.
There is nothing to be done or to be said that we have not done from Buhari to Tinubu. We have been going about this in peacefully. Is that not true? What is that discussion we have not had with them at Asoro? What is that discussion? When they release Sowore and Sundibo, no, their people do not even go this far in pleading for their release. But to tell you that there is an agenda against the Igbo, that's why they are doing all this to that young man, nothing else. The Supreme Court said that we don't even have the law to try this thing you did in Kenya. Is that not a fact? Even advising Nnamdi Kanu to sue the federal government for what they did to him. So when you have seen all this, what else are you looking for? At the appeal court, Michael Zekome watched the 15-count charge against him, yet they detained him. Fina, yet they detained him on spurious charges. So when somebody have seen you as a threat, there's nothing he will not do to eliminate you. That's what they are doing to Nnamdi Kanu. It's not as if this guy has done what no other person have done. Sunday, Sowore called for revolution now. Is that not reasonable felony? Where is it? Is it not working about? These terrorists, look at what in fact, these terrorists is even more annoying. Did the IPOB do 1/4 of what the terrorists are doing in the north today? Did they do you know that the worst offense you can commit is to kill a human being? Murder. Mass murder. Yet the federal government just look the other side as if it is not important.
But Barrister, this looking the other side, where do you locate it?
I located in the fact that the hatred against the Igbos is still there.
All right then.
For something they did not do. Even when IBB have written a book to exonerate, they are still, that mindset is still there. It's still there.
You see, at the beginning, this question was exactly the question I was asking myself. Why is it so difficult that the government cannot just say, okay, you people want to go, let's conduct a referendum and let us vote and see people that want to go and people that want to remain. I was asking myself this question, is it difficult? But as time goes on, I got to realize the reason why they cannot just do it. Oh yes, even if it is your brother that is there, he cannot just do it. Oh yes. So many things are happening. Now, please, I don't want to talk too much, right? But I just want you to know that it's not just about this government. Even if it is your brother, as I said, that is there, he will not just do it. You remember that popular saying, that freedom is taken, that freedom is not given. Please, take a little time once again and watch this man, Barrister Darlington, and hear what he said. Because I tell you, in the recent days, this man has just been speaking, So I give kudos to him. That is why I will always, once in a while, get his video, we watch it and hear and understand what is going on. So please, watch it. If this is your first time coming across my channel, please do well to subscribe, because on this channel, we give you update of everything that is happening in Nigeria. So please, watch it. Then you drop your comment on the comment section, what you think about this, please.
Why do you think the Southeastern youths are so reluctant on joining the army?
The reasons are very obvious.
Which are?
You call them IPOB and terrorist organization, and you have killed them in numbers.
Who killed them?
The Nigerian military.
Killed Southeast youths
Yes,
in numbers.
Southeastern youth. Yeah, they are in the Southeast as an army of occupation, and every youth they see in sight is shoot at sight.
In the Southeast.
Yes, these have been.
Are the governors aware of this? The
of
governors
course, all of them
region?
are aware. All of them are.
And what are they doing about it?
Especially
if this
that
story
of,
happens to be true.
Especially that of Imo State. In the local government of Hope Uzodinma, you can hardly see any young man there. They have all run away or they were killed. So when you have been doing all this type of underhand dealings with the Southeast, why do you think their youth will be very happy to join the army? Their belief is that you are going to finish them. What you could not do with this, all this, what do they call it, insecurity, you now want to finish them with the military.
But Barrister, there is a belief, or some quarters will say that the reason why there is so much military presence in the Southeast is because of the insecurities happening there by the unknown gunmen.
It was deliberately created. You know, when you want to hang a dog, you give it a bad name. What is the reason for the insecurity in the Southeast?
You said insecurity in Southeast was deliberately created.
It was.
By whom?
At least we have had Asari Dokubo and his group. They are telling us what the agreement they had with the federal government. So what did
Asari say they had?
He
with
said
the
he has a contract to be killing the Igbos.
He said
He
that.
even mentioned the area where they are operating and all that. That his boys are the ones, the unknown gunmen. So, I mean, by the way, what is the reason for insecurity in the Southeast? What is the problem there?
What is the reason for insecurity?
That is what we should be asking the federal government. Initially, we claim it was Simon Ekpa. And we all cried that Simon Ekpa should be brought down. And
he has been in custody. So
yes,
let me ask you, as someone who is from that region, of course, you'll be getting information from that region. Has the rate of insecurity by the unknown gunmen reduced since Simon Ekpa has been in custody?
It has reduced, not because of Simon Ekpa per se.
Okay.
It is because the Southeasterners have devised another means of checkmate this, because the outright killing on the streets of the Southeast are reduced. But the Fulani herdsmen are still rampaging in the bushes and farmlands. They are still there. So in
the Southeast region,
yeah, they are
saw women protest in Enugu State.
So all those things, who created them? Are they Southeasterners? Is the federal government not aware of this, what these people are doing? Why did they allow them to be carrying guns and be killing people? And when anybody wants to stop them or retaliate, the person is arrested, while the attacker is allowed to go free. So when you see all these things, are you not supposed to know that something is wrong somewhere?
People have been protesting. Igbos have been protesting for the past 4 years or so. Every Monday they sit at home and say, look, release this young man. You know, so I know Onyechukwu is one fine lawyer. I understand that he has not lost a case since he started practice. You know, but is this going to be a different thing altogether? I also like the fact that Chuka said that, look, it's taking a political dimension, which goes back to what I said. This case is purely a political case. It's not dependent on the diligence of defense and prosecution. That is it for me.
Thank you, Mr. Okoro, but I will tell you the facts here.
Okay.
The lawyers have done a good job. It's a legal matter, as it is now. Because Nnamdi Kanu is being accused of terrorism charges. It's not a political issue. That is the allegation on his head. Now,
no, sorry, Barrister, I hate to butt in. It's not a political issue. But Nnamdi's case has turned political.
No.
Is he not a political prisoner?
No, it has not turned to that, because it is...
Okay, because the courts have clearly said you have no right. You enlisten this man. You don't even have the local standard to try him. So why is the court still trying him? Why is the federal government still prosecuting the case?
Yes, it is now... Look, when you are talking of political issue, it is either a politician who is making trouble with the government and they now just put him somewhere.
No, Barrister, I don't agree with you.
I am coming. Let me explain this to you, please. That is when it returns to a political issue, when somebody is a politician and he does not agree with the ruling government, and the government are looking for a way to pigeonhole him somewhere.
Is that not what the case of Nnamdi Kanu is all about?
I'm coming now. Nnamdi Kanu was never a politician.
Barrister, who is a politician? Must you hold public office before you are designated a politician?
No. Please, Nnamdi Kanu is not a politician. He's a self-determination group leader. That is what he is now. He has said it severally.
So, Barrister, why are we looking for a political track, a political solution to the Nnamdi Kanu case? Because we have said severally too that look, that we need a political case. They have cited the cases of Showore and Iboho several times on the studio.
Those ones, now you can see the dimension. You saw the dimension it took, especially that of Showore.
Okay.
He's known to be a politician. He contested the election. Abi? So those ones, you cannot now mix it up with Nnamdi Kanu's case. The allegation is what we are looking at here, terrorism charges.
Barrister.
It is when you now listen.
I had to allow this to drag, but Nnamdi Kanu's case, the court, like you said, you also said that a court has let him go. You also agreed and admit here that a court said you don't even have the local standard to try this man because you rendition him. Rendition is illegal. And the court said you don't have right to try him. Yet the federal government is still trying him. Why? Is it not a political case?
No. The federal government brought new charges.
Why did they?
Because after the 15 count charges was quashed at the appeal court, the federal government now took the matter to Supreme Court. And that is where we are now. Are you getting it? That is where we are. So the issue here is that the legal luminaries in that court, they want to prove to the federal government that they are wrong in law.
All right then.
That is why we are. That's why we are where we are today. They want to prove to the federal government they are wrong in law.
Barrister, this is not sorry, Moses. Barrister, this is not the first time lawyers have proved to government that they are that they are wrong. The same government went back, immediately rearrested him and slammed fresh charges on him.
And that's what we are saying.
That is not what we are saying. We are saying two different things.
No, we are not. They have not rearrested Nnamdi Kanu when the court have discharged and acquitted him. They only brought fresh charges after that appeal court had been quashed.
So why didn't they let him go?
No, because they brought fresh charges against him.
Why did they bring fresh charges against him?
Because that is what they want, and that's what this lawyer.
That is what they want. Isn't that politics?
No. That's what we are trying to prove to the government that you are wrong. That's just the simple truth.
Okay. All right then. So this conversation will continue with everyone, being entitled to their own views. Doctor, let me call you Honorable. What's your thoughts? What are your thoughts?
You didn't answer basically.
Well,
please note that for defamation. Talking seriously, I want to align with Chukwuma that this thing is taking a political dimension. Then you also look at the array of senior lawyers, senior advocates, and that brings me to one incident that happened some years back. Somebody was fighting alimony in UK. He had a very good case. But when the Queen's Counsel came face to face with him, the first question he asked is, what he told the man is, look, you have a very good case, but the area of judges sitting on the bench against you, I will advise that to settle out of court. Because you imagine a woman fighting divorce and heading towards alimony, and you have all the women chauvinists sitting on the bench against a man. You should know that you already had a judgment before the judgment is passed. So whatever it is, lawyers are very, very smart. They know how to wriggle out of a quagmire. And so the point is, as it is today, starting a fresh case with Nnamdi Kanu, I consider it as elongating unnecessarily the continued stay of this man in detention, because processes would also be stunted through claims, counter claims, and counter affidavit at the end of the day. But every minute, not even a day, every minute this man stays in detention, it's reducing his ability to move on with his life, and it's also reducing his ability to even hold on to his family, because the pressure would have been on the wife, if not for the support that he's getting. A woman cannot stay for that long and still expect a comeback. You remember what happened to Nelson Mandela in South Africa shortly after he was released. You know what happened to the wife. Things like that. Because I'm looking at the emotional part of this.
He's still a young man.
And then we'll go and marry again.
The wife will wait.
Mandela got married to Samora Mache's wife. But still, what we are seeing is a political thing. And so it will still require political solution to find a way out of this logjam.
As far as I'm concerned, this matter is going to even help Nnamdi Kanu's fight for self-determination, because the whole world is going to see it from that prism that this is now a persecution, not a prosecution. So the federal government is helping the man's case. That's the truth.
All right.
And that's where everybody look at it now. It's now what? A persecution, not prosecution. Because if you consider what is going on in Nigeria today,
with Nnamdi Kanu being detained, you ask yourself, come, these other people that have done worse things than Nnamdi Kanu.
So now that
where are they being prosecuted?
Execution. So you align with the fact that it will need a political solution to solve.
You mean where the case is now? No, the federal government wanted to go through the whole court process, and we agree. Let me see how they will prove it in court. Because remember what Binta Nyako said, that the federal government cannot sustain this charge against Nnamdi Kanu. She said it. That is why over these years nothing has been done on that case. Okay. The federal government just rigmarole looking for a way. You know, I don't know what they are trying to get out of this man. So it will help. In fact, when the Igbo said that they are being marginalized, it will help our case so that the whole world will see.
You have just validated what Chukwuma just said. This is political.
No, hold on.
If you say
it's okay, let's not go back.
It's not assumption. Let it be seen. Because if it did not go through the whole court process, nobody will know what happened at the end of the day.
But Barrister, will you prefer this case goes through the whole hog of the legal system and it lasts for the next 12 years? Or do you want a political solution where the case of Showore and Igboho were treated and dispensed with privilege?
I have told you why those two left, because their brother is there. You and I know
so
that.
It is political, Barrister.
Hold on. All the Igbo leaders have gone to Asoro to plead with Buhari when he was in government.
Okay.
What came out of it?
So what does the federal government want?
They went to Tinubu.
What exactly does the federal government want?
They want to prove a case that cannot be proven. That's it.
So where does that leave Nnamdi?
Let the court not decide. Because
the court had decided before?
No, look, Mr. Okoro, let the court not decide.
Okay.
That's what we are saying here, because they wanted it. We did everything. Because that's why they want to go through that your route about political. They don't want it.
It's okay.
They don't want political solution. Okay. After we did everything anybody can do. Did they listen to us? Maybe one man said that they should hand Nnamdi Kanu over to Soludo, governor of Anambra, hand over Nnamdi Kanu, and anytime you want, I will bring him. Did they listen to him? So what do you want us to do? Tell me.
All right.
And if we don't say we don't want court case, they say you see, they are running away from court case. Let them go to court and let me see how they will prove it. Because even a layman who doesn't know anything about law knows that it will be impossible for them to prosecute Nnamdi Kanu. In the first place, where did you
prosecuting him now?
All right. Let's move on to our conversation.
Because jurisdiction is.
All right. So you have seen it. What do you think? Please do well to drop your comment on the comment section what you think. All right. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you very much. God bless you.